Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to KANISHKA IAS. This is Dr. Reddy. Today in this particular video, we will try to discuss about an important judgment of the Supreme Court yesterday. So the case is called Dr. Balaram Singh versus Union of India. So in this case, yesterday the Supreme Court said the terms socialist and secular in the Indian preamble doesn't need to be deleted. While saying so, the Supreme Court referred to its earlier judgments. In Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala, in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, the Supreme Court said that secularism is a basic feature of the Indian Constitution. Even in yet another case, R.C. Paudyal versus Union of India, the Supreme Court said the term secularism in the Indian preamble, it refers to the concept of equality and non-discrimination, which is laid down in Article 15 and 16 of the Indian Constitution. The same view was expressed even in Ismail Faruqi versus Union of India case. But in one more case, Excel Ware versus Union of India, the Supreme Court said that by inserting the word socialism in the preamble, the courts may have an opportunity to interpret socialism to mean greater nationalization and government control over the economy. And while saying so, it also said it need not be the domination of the public sector in the Indian economy, it can as well be mixed economy. So these are the relevant cases which are related to the judgment of yesterday. And then in the Constituent Assembly, when there were debates, many members of the Constituent Assembly, they wanted the word secular and socialism to be inserted in the Indian preamble. But Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had rejected inserting the word secular and socialism in the preamble by arguing that by not using the word socialism in the preamble, the government will be given a lot of freedom and flexibility to decide the economic policy which suits to the changing circumstances. So this is the reason given for rejecting socialism in the preamble. And when it comes to the word secular, many members of the Constituent Assembly, they expressed views that by using the word secular, we may be giving a meaning that it is against religion, it is opposite of religion. So in addition to this, the model of secularism as practiced in India and the model of secularism as practiced in the Western countries, it differs very widely. So keeping that in mind, to avoid creating unnecessary confusion in the minds of the people, the framers of the Indian Constitution deliberately chose not to use the word secular and socialist in the preamble. But subsequently, in 1976, through 42nd Amendment, the Indian Parliament, by amending the preamble, had inserted these two words, secular and socialism. People like Subramaniam Swamy, they have filed petitions before the Supreme Court asking for the deletion of the words socialism and secularism from the preamble. But the Supreme Court rejected the argument recently by saying that the word secularism is not a dogmatic principle. So the policy of the government is left free to be decided by the state, which means by having the word socialism in the preamble, there was no restriction on the government of the day to decide an economic policy. The term socialism means the establishment of a welfare state, giving equality of opportunity and providing for achieving economic, political and social justice. It doesn't need to be understood as the nationalization of resources or the greater dominance of the public sector in the Indian economy. It need not be looked at that way. From the very beginning, India was a mixed economy, so there was no problem in continuing the word socialism. When it came to secular, the Supreme Court again said, as the Supreme Court in several constitutional bench cases has held secularism being a basic feature, and the basis for secularism is laid down in Articles 14, 15, 16, 25 to 30. So by inserting the word secular, we are not going to create any problem for the secular foundations of this constitution. So continuing the word secular does not create any problem. So it has been a settled issue and there is wider acceptance from different stakeholders for inserting the word secular and socialism in the preamble. So it doesn't need any consideration for a deletion from the preamble. That's the judgment which the Supreme Court said. That's it about the topic. Thank you.